Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. For my daily listeners, y'all know that I'm a Jamaican Canadian, but I was conceived in Florida. So when Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump are arguing about tariffs, I feel like my two parents are having an argument. If they keep this up, I'm just going to go back to Jamaica, sit on the beach and have a red stripe. Can't we just all get along? I love you both. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Wednesday morning. Hump Day is finally here. What up, Wednesday? Y'all know what that means. The weekend is only 2 days away. Let's get it. All right, I'm in a good mood today. I have 4 lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Jane Doe saying that Jay-Z is a liar, and she also explains the real reason why she dropped her lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy. Premier Doug Ford of Canada plans to cut off electricity to the U.S., and Edward says he wants nothing to do with his newborn daughter, and Target reports sales were down in February, the biggest decline out of them, Walmart, and Costco. In quick news, we're going to talk Teyana Taylor, Pat McAfee, Donald Trump, Doechii, Mike Epps, and Doja Cat. As always, we're going to close out the show with comment of the day, social discussion of the day, and question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this Hump Day Wednesday show. Let's go. Our first lead story, woman who accused Jay-Z of SA and R-word dropped her lawsuit against him, but still defends her allegations, claims she's terrified of him and he's intimidating her. Okay, yesterday we had a breaking story, breaking news. It literally just came right as soon as we were wrapping up, and we broke the story to you that Jay-Z was suing Tony Buzbee, saying that Jane Doe told Jay-Z's team and Jay-Z's lawyers that it was all made up and that Tony Buzbee told her to say it. While we told you that story, which we're not going to get into again, I was telling you guys that I thought Jay-Z was making a huge mistake. He should just be happy of the fact that the case was dismissed and let it go, and not go and now try to sue back Buzbee and keep his name in the headline. As soon as we posted the video, it came out that I was right, but it came out that Jane Doe was like, yeah, I said that to you, but I only said that to you because I'm terrified and because you intimidated me. And now she made a statement reversing everything that she said to Jay-Z, that Jay-Z now that is bringing against Tony Buzbee. So that case that broke yesterday is already erased almost, not necessarily in court, but erased just by this statement of hers. I knew that Jay-Z was making the biggest mistake ever. And here is proof, okay? Jane Doe declares the following. Listen to this. I am over the age of 18 and I'm the individual referred to as Jane Doe in the action Jane Doe versus Sean Combs case number, etc., etc. I am also the individual identified as Jane Doe in the demand letter sent by defendant, the Tony Buzbee law firm, to Sean Carter in or about November 2024. On Friday, February the 21st, 2025, I was approached at my home by 2 individuals, a woman and a large man. They cornered me on my front porch and told me they are investigators working with an attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. They asked if I would be willing to sign an affidavit stating that my claims in the New York action were false. I refused. They also asked me if Mr. Buzbee sought me out as a client and whether Mr. Buzbee offered to pay me to pursue a false claims against Jay-Z. I told them that neither of those things ever happened, and I asked them to leave me alone. I felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by those 2 individuals on my doorstep, and that they knew my name and home address despite me being anonymous in the New York action. I also understand that the investigators approached my father and my mother multiple times. The two investigators approached my father and mother, and my father was picking my mother up from a medical appointment, asking them similar questions about whether Buzbee had paid me, and requested that they sign an affidavit stating that my claims were false. My father was separately approached later at a gas station, and my mother was separately approached at a store. Now, listen to this. This is where it gets so bad for Jay-Z. Listen to this. I ultimately decided to dismiss my New York action because I was frightened by the reaction of Jay-Z and his supporters and the likelihood that I would have to be publicly named and subject to public attacks. Jay-Z and his attorneys made numerous public statements attacking the veracity of my claims, and I'm informed and believe that he sent investigators looking for me. I understand that even my attorney has been sued by Jay-Z. I was not prepared to undergo years of attacks, intimidation, and harassment, and ultimately chose to dismiss my claims after certain negotiations among the attorneys involved in the New York action. If Jay-Z would have just left this alone, everybody was saying, Tony Buzbee doesn't have his license, Tony Buzbee doesn't have his permit. And now she is saying allegedly, well, this is not allegedly because it's in a court document. She is saying that this has nothing to do with Tony Buzbee, has nothing to do with Tony Buzbee's license, the Southern District, nothing. She is now coming out and saying the reason why I dropped this case is because of all of the things that Jay-Z has been doing to me, to my parents, behind my back. And that is the only reason why I dropped the case. Now, whether you believe her or not, if I always like to play, just give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Now, just imagine if you filed a suit and the judge says you can file as Jane Doe, and then people come up to your house, and by the way, it's Jay-Z, who's a billionaire who has connections everywhere, and then people come up to your house and they're like, yeah, I know you're Jane Doe, and I also know where your parents live. Would you continue to bring them to court? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that she's saying it's true or not. That's up for you guys to decide. But if you were Jane Doe and you were anonymous and they found out where you lived and they found out where your parents lived and they're going to gas stations and medical appointments, would you continue? Yo, this is crazy. I don't know why Jay-Z didn't leave it alone. If you guys remember last week, every time we were talking about the license, I said, by the way, Tony Buzbee never said this is the reason why he dropped the suit. And I also said Tony Buzbee hasn't given any statement. Even Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club called. A bunch of people has reached out. I told you guys we reached out. He said no comment. He hasn't given a comment. Why? Because he knew this was coming. Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee are playing chess, and Jay-Z just lost a lot of pieces, in my opinion. Again, whether this is true or not, the public perception, the public story, when somebody tells the story, it's going out now. It's dropped because you were badgering this person. That's the last thing you want. And just a week ago, it was dropped because of Tony Buzbee, and everybody was so shocked at how the biggest lawyer, one of the best lawyers in North America, could have made a silly legal mistake. Come to find out, it was really because of this girl. Wow. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I told you guys I think it was just yesterday, I said there was 2 more things coming. This was one of them. There is still one more thing that Tony Buzbee has coming. It arguably might even be bigger than this. It's not going to look good for Jay-Z. Jay, Rock Nation, guys, I'm telling you, stop. Stop, guys. You had the upper hand. This is just not looking good, man. Not looking good. Like I always tell you guys, just in closing, civil lawsuits, I'll give you a little hint. Civil lawsuits are nothing like criminal suits. Criminal suits are factual. You go in front of a jury. It has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Civil lawsuits are just over money, and it's all about public perception. How far is Tony Buzbee willing to go before Jay-Z ultimately says, all right, I'm going to tap out? And that's what both of them are doing. Jay-Z is going to come with something. Well, this is about this and this is about that. And then Tony Buzbee is just going to keep coming back. The difference is that Jay-Z is married to Beyonce, and their money is attached to their fame and their likeliness. And that's, to me, I think the mistake that Jay-Z is making. Nobody knew who Tony Buzbee was 2 or 3 months ago, and no one's going to care 2 or 3 months from now, or maybe, well, we still have a bunch of Diddy cases. By 2026, no one's going to be talking about Tony Buzbee. You think he cares? He doesn't need to be famous or to be liked to continue. That's the one little piece of advice I'm giving Jay-Z, man. Anyways, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think about Jane Doe? Do you think her story is true? Do you believe this? This is signed. This is given to the judge under oath. She is saying that this is the only reason why she said that to Jay-Z. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Trudeau clarifies Canadians are not angry at Americans. This is a policy decision by the U.S. government. All right, Justin Trudeau makes it clear Canadians have no issues with Americans, but they are ready to fight back against U.S. trade policies. All right, we have been talking about tariffs for the past month and a half. It's official. It's here. They're implemented. You guys know everything that's going on in the US. I wanted to give you guys some insight on what's going on up here in Canada. For those of you who don't know, 85% of my audience are Americans, and I am Canadian, Jamaican Canadian, and conceived in Florida. So I have skin on both sides of this. I literally feel like my two parents are arguing. I love both countries, okay? But like I said, I want to give you guys a little bit of insight on what's happening north of the border. I don't know, call your senators, do something. This is not good for either side. And each government is willing to make sacrifices to, draw a bigger line in the sand, It's male egos. It's really what it is. Anyways, here is Justin Trudeau. Take a listen.
I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both.
I like that he's making it very clear that this has nothing to do with the American people. And Canadians, for the Canadians that are watching, stop booing the American anthem. I've been saying that at these hockey games and the Raptors games. Let's not make this about the people, us the people. Let the government do their thing. This has nothing to do with us the people, okay? Anyways, here is Justin Trudeau's and Canada's response to now what they're doing in response to Donald Trump's 25% tariff. I just said that twice. Sorry. Here it is.
The U.S. tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning, and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods, starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately, and tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time.
All right, so a couple of key things to note there. The first wave will be on, I think he said 30 billion, and then the rest of the 125 billion are in 21 days. What does that mean? That means that they're probably going to come to the table and try one more time to speak within the next 21 days. If you guys remember when this first was spoken about by Donald Trump, he canceled it like I think a couple of hours before it was enacted, and now it's been enacted. So hopefully this will just bring them to the table and say, all right, Trump could say, I did it. I put the tariffs on you. Then Canada could say, okay, well, we put them on you too, but we have 21 days. Let's be cool and let's see if we can work something out. So I know some people are going to say that I'm being too optimistic or whatever, but let's just hope that they're able to work it out. That just tells me that there is room, or else they would have just slapped it on right away. Okay. And you also heard what else he said, that he said, Canadians, prepare. This is going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. Now that makes me feel not as optimistic, because that's saying I am ready to bring it forward after the 21 days if we don't get what we want. Okay. Now, here is Premier Doug Ford of Ontario, kind of like the governor, or how you guys have states. Okay. So Doug Ford plans to cut off U.S. electricity exports starting tomorrow with a smile on his face. Well, he means today, because this article was from yesterday. Listen to what Premier Doug Ford said. Take a listen.
I'm going to try to annihilate Ontario. I will do everything, including cut off their energy, with a smile on my face. So, and I'm encouraging every other province to do the same. Quebec, Manitoba, BC, we all have to act in unison out east. They rely on our energy. They need to feel the pain.
In response to Donald Trump's newly announced 25% tariff on Canadian goods, Ford warns Monday that he will be willing to cut off energy exports to the U.S. with a smile if the economy pressure continues. Trump's tariff, which also targeted Mexico and China, include a 10% duty on Canadian energy products. However, Canada is the largest supplier of crude oil to the U.S., providing 59% of all American crude oil imports in 2019, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Ford made it clear that if necessary, Canada is ready to use its energy resources as leverage in its trade battle. Speaking at a mining convention on Monday, Ford said, "I don't want to start a tariff battle, but we are going to win this tariff battle if there is one. I will do everything, including cut off their energy with a smile on my face, and I'm encouraging every other province to do the same." And the rest you heard on the video we played. Now, as we sat down to tell you guys this, I just saw this. Ontario slaps 25% export tax on electricity sent to the U.S. Doug Ford announced 25% export tax on electricity sent to the U.S. and warns a full cutoff if more tariffs drop. He is also ready to stockpile nickel instead of selling it to the U.S. Now, I know that sounds bad, but once again, you got to always try to see the good or the silver lining. And he warns he'll cut it off completely if more tariffs are dropped. Now, I haven't heard Donald Trump saying that he's going to increase it more than 25% lately, but I do remember last month he said something along the lines of, if I have to, I'll bring it up to 50. So just not looking good all around, like I said, for both countries, because now they both have implemented a 25% tariff. Once again, I just want to remind everybody that tariffs are paid by the companies in the country. I guess now it doesn't make a big difference because each country has to pay it. But just before Canada put them on, Donald Trump putting a 25% tariff on Canadian products means that American companies buying in Canada, they have to pay 25% on the goods that they bring in from Canada. Donald Trump is trying to have American companies build American, buy American, and keep the American dollars in the American country, in the country. And while I understand that that's what Donald Trump campaigned on, and he has always said, make America great again, America first, you have to remember, and like a couple of things I just read to you, that we are your biggest trading partner. Canada is your biggest trading partner, 60% of crude oil. So you cannot say, well, we're going to tariff these imports and then expect everything to just miraculously be fine, you know? So I just feel like it's done at a time where he should be thinking about the economy, because although he did campaign on America first, the majority of the voters, when they were polled, said they were voting for him because of the economy. And I don't think this is going to do anything for the economy. I don't think this is going to do anything for egg prices, gas prices, or whatever. And we are both the people left out with spending more money out of our pockets. This is really, really not good. So I'll leave it all to you guys in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this. Hopefully it doesn't last longer than the 21 days. That is what I'm hoping for. Let me know what you guys think. Our third lead story. Anthony Edwards files a motion claiming he does not want visitation or custody of his 4-month-old daughter with Aisha Howard. All right, we have covered this a couple of times already this month with their paternity battle, and he's saying it wasn't his kid, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, this is blowing up. Huge story. It's literally like in my timeline, Anthony Edwards and tariffs. So we wanted to bring this up into lead stories because now Anthony knows that it is his child, and he's going to say, I don't even want to see my own 4-month-old daughter. This is crazy. Anyways, as previously reported, NBA star Anthony Edwards, 23 years old, has been in a court battle with his new baby mama, Aisha Howard, who is 37 years old, as it pertains to their daughter, 4-month-old, Aubrey Summer Howard. In the newly filed document obtained by In Touch Weekly, Ant has reportedly told a judge that he seemingly doesn't want to be involved in the baby's life when it comes to custody or visitation. The court documents say that the paternity of the child was determined in December 2024, and it shows that Anthony is the father. Since this revelation, Ant has made it clear that he does not want to be granted visitation or custody of the baby. Even though Ant is dealing with the child support drama with Aisha, this hasn't stopped him from being a father to some of his other children. Just this weekend, Ant and his girlfriend, Shannon, celebrated their daughter's first birthday with a grand old party. It's definitely a huge contrast to the treatment that Aisha claims she's been getting from Ant in court documents, where she alleges Ant doesn't even check on the well-being of their infant daughter. Oh, here is a picture of Ant with his 1-year-old, celebrating his 1-year-old's birthday. I have a video too. Take a quick listen.
Birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
Did he actually have the nerve to put on a shirt that said dad and then put that video all over the internet? Like, what is he thinking? Anyways, here is a picture of their text messages. I want to just show you guys from a couple of months ago where he allegedly told her to get an abortion. He's like, yo, I never wanted a baby. I don't know. I totally disagree with this. I think that he is completely 100,000% in the wrong. Same thing I said about Elon Musk. It's not about the payment, man. It's about the child. And what I always say is, what are you going to do when that child starts Googling 15 or 20 years from now? What are you going to say to her? You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, my opinion, nobody ever told me this, but I think this has to do with his girlfriend. And I hope that I'm wrong. But I feel like the reason why he is doing this is not to lose his present girlfriend and to lose the present family structure that he has. And his girlfriend's probably like, yo, if you want to stay here, you can't have anything to do with that kid. Again, I don't know if that's true, but that's what it's giving. Because if he was just a single guy, and I understand he never wanted to have the baby with this girl, with Aisha and all of that stuff, and I get that. But to be like, yo, I never wanted it, and fine, I don't want to have anything to do with you, but at least I want to see my own child. What else would be the reason why he doesn't want to see his own child? It has to be because of the girlfriend. And I'm not making calls to go around to find that out either, because y'all know I don't get into like relationship stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't care to know, but I definitely had to tell you guys about it because it's super viral right now and everyone's talking about it. For those of you who are not super familiar with Ant Edwards was kind of like dubbed to be the next face of the NBA, right? LeBron James is on his way out. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. He looks a lot like Michael Jordan. He dunks like Michael Jordan. So we're like, yo, this guy might be the new face. And to be the face of the NBA, yes, you have to be an amazing basketball player, but you have to have a likability factor, right? Like everybody loved Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this should be the reason why he's in his daughter's life, but I mean, like, no one is going to want you to be the face of their brand, sign Nike deals or contracts or whatever, when, you know, we're a civilization of family. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not, like, I don't even have kids, but you still have to respect somebody that has a family and respects somebody that's a father. And I just have a hard time having any respect for Ant after hearing this, what he's doing. And I'm just disappointed, I think, because I really like Ant. Him and John Morant are my two favorite, like young guys in the NBA that I feel could be the future. But this to me is just really not a good look. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. There are some people that feel like he's in the right because he told her that he didn't want to have the baby. And you don't have to know much about the story other than that. You could just make that decision. And it's totally up to you to make that decision. But if somebody says to you, I do not want to have this child, and you go ahead and have it, does that give them right to not be in the child's life just because they said they don't want you to? I mean, you were there in the beginning making the kid. So, you know what I'm saying? How do you don't have a choice to just pull yourself away from that, And you think just because the only thing the law can do is make you pay money, you're going to pay money and that's it? I don't know. Listen, you guys let me know. I'm very interested to see the comment section below on this. Let me know what you guys think. Our fourth lead story. Target reports February sales dropped, blames cold weather despite backlash and boycott over DEI rollbacks. Cold weather. Yeah, okay, Target. Listen, we got some numbers to prove that it's not the cold weather, all right? Listen to this. Retail giant Target confirms decline in sales last month attributed to cold weather affecting shoppers' spending habits. Report states that the corporation described its February sales as soft, citing weather-related impacts on clothing sales. However, Target's chief financial officer, Jim Lee, also acknowledged backlash over the company's rolling back its DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives after facing pressure from the Trump administration. He added, declining customer confidence impacted our discretionary assortment overall. As you may recall, Target eliminated hiring goals for minority employees, disbanding an executive commitment focused on racial justice, and made other changes to its diversity policies just days after Trump was sworn in as president. I hate that they always say the racial justice and other. Why don't you say racial, women, LGBTQ, and disabled? It's not only about minorities. See, they group everybody else in, made other changes to its diversity policies. If they were to say, we're not hiring as much women, you would see the craziness that would happen. Anyways, let me not get into DEI. The decision sparked widespread protests and boycotts, with many urging shoppers to take their business elsewhere. Reports indicate that customer visits to Target, Walmart, and Costco have all slowed over the past 4 weeks, but Target saw the biggest decline. During the week of February the 17th, the latest week available, foot traffic to Target dropped 7.9%. Walmart dropped 5.2%. Foot traffic to Costco, which stood by their DEI policies, increased 4.8%. Let me just reiterate that. Target, 8% drop. Walmart, 5% drop. Costco, increased by 5%. Congratulations, everybody. Now, regardless of how you feel about DEI, y'all know I'm totally fine with whatever it is that you believe. And I do believe DEI could be implemented better. But what I'm applauding is for the people that do believe that it should stay, they are making moves and doing things, and it looks like it's working. So I'm giving a round of applause to them. I would like to see DEI stick around and have more guardrails. And I like what you guys are doing. Let me know if any of you guys participated in the February the 28th blackout, where you weren't supposed to spend any money, and especially at Walmart and Walmart and Target. And I gave you the list of the places that gave up their DEI practices. Let me know what you guys think about this. And let me know if you think maybe Target and some of these companies might take a different stance regardless of what Trump says. Let me know in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. This just in from President Donald Trump. Get to listen to this, y'all. All federal funding will stop for any college, schools, or university that allows illegal protests. What is illegal protests? Aggregators will be imprisoned or permanently sent back to the country in which they came. American students will be permanently expelled or, depending on the crime, arrested. No masks. What does no masks mean? Thank you for your attention to this matter. What is going on, man? Yo, President Donald Trump shares a message on Truth Social saying any schools that allows illegal protests will no longer receive federal funding. Yo, when you do stuff with like federal funding and stuff, doesn't this have to go through like, I don't know, the Senate, the House, somebody? Why does Donald Trump govern on the social app that he owns? Wow, man. I needed to throw this in here quickly to really just get y'all feedback. Linda, where you at? My Republicans, Donald Trump's biggest supporter. By the way, Linda is our a daily viewer who's my favorite Republican commenter who doesn't believe that I'm actually really independent, for those who don't know. But look out for her in the comment section. She's a riot. We love each other, though. But Linda, what do you think about this? Donald Trump supporters, what do you think? What does illegal protest mean? I would just, you know me, I got to Google. Hold on 1 second. Let me just Google protest for you guys, okay? 1 second. Protest, a statement or action expressing disapproval of or objection to something. Express an objection to what someone has said or has done. What is going on? How do you illegally protest something? Let's just look up the definition of illegal. Hold on 1 second. Contrary to or forbidden by law, especially criminal law. What does illegal mean? Not according to or authorized by law. Unlawful. Wouldn't you have to pass a law that says protesting is illegal for you to say that you're going to take out funding if you have illegal protesting? Wouldn't you have to make protesting illegal first? I mean, I'm not the president of the United States, but I think that's how it would go. You would have to come up with a law. It would have to be presented to the House. It would have to pass the Senate. Then it would have to be signed in to law, Mr. President. So what are you saying? Like, anyways, these are the things that Trump does that, and I'm not against Trump. You guys know me already. I'm not against Trump. Whenever he does something great, I'm like, yo, great job. When he does things like this, I have to drag him. I don't care if Kamala Harris did this or Joe Biden. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it was my next door neighbor. If you would like to make for something to be illegal, it has to be in the law books first. So he's really just getting ahead of himself. Like, this is crazy. What do you guys think? Linda, I'll be looking out for you. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my hump day bell. Yes, I'm leaving the day in my bell. Our first quick story. Oscar night in black and white. No gray area. What does that mean, Teyana? What does no gray area mean? All right, for those of you who watched yesterday's podcast, I was laughing at Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa, Mr. Aaron Pierre. And I was like, yo, I saw a bunch of people at the Oscar Awards, and thank the Lord we didn't have to see Aaron Pierre and hear about him. Well, it just so happens that I was wrong. Who was I bigging up? Megan Thee Stallion, looking amazing. And a couple of the other ladies on the red carpet. For any new viewers, I have an ongoing joke with my audience that even though that I'm a guy, I still give the ladies their props. And whenever a guy does something that's on GQ or Topless or whatever, I will still put it on the show because I want to be fair. And 70% of my audience is women. So I just have a little joke where when there's a female, I get to gloat. And when there's a guy, they get to have their fun. But I guess Aaron got the last laugh because he's with my second baby mama, Teyana Taylor. And I'm just stuck out here by myself, just chilling with my podcast by myself. Hey, at least I got you guys, though. Actually, you know what? Come to think about it, I'm winning. I have you guys. He just has Teyana Taylor. I got all of my lovely listeners, daily listeners that comment below, man. Thank you. Anyways, Shout out to Aaron Pierre and Teyana Taylor. All jokes aside, they actually look amazing together. And I assume this is the new hot couple. So shout out to Teyana. But if things don't work out, holla at your boy. Our second quick story. Pat McAfee extends olive branch to Canada. Let's move past the WWE blow up. All right, Pat McAfee wants to make peace with the folks up north, explaining why he trashed the Canadians after fans booed the Star-Spangled Banner during the WWE Saturday night in Toronto. Here's Pat McAfee. Take a listen.
Okay, so I understand now from the Canadians that they have a lot more passion for their country than I could have ever imagined. A lot of terrible things have been said about me, and I understand it. You boo my country, I called your country terrible. Let's shake hands, okay? You said you didn't boo every member of the United States or every citizen of the United States of America. Well, I didn't say that Canadians are terrible. I said your country was. So you booed us. I said you're terrible. Let's shake hands. Let's move along.
There you
okay?
go.
Okay, I don't know where the video is. I tried to find it, but maybe they like scrubbed it off the internet. I don't know. But Pat McAfee at WWE, because the Americans booed, he said, wow, I'm really happy to be up here in Toronto. He said, I'm really happy to be with the WWE for whatever the event was. He goes, it just sucks that it has to be in Canada. It sucks that I have to be up here in Toronto with all of these people. And people trashed him. Maybe the WWE and Netflix took it out, and that's maybe why I can't find it. You know, like so who did that happen to? Kim Kardashian did something. Oh yeah, there were boos on the live taping of it, and then when you watch back the pre-recorded or the pre-recorded or the recording after, it was cheers. So maybe that's what they did now. It was live, and then now when you go back to see the recording, that part is out. Anyways, I digress. Yeah. He said that, and now he has to come and apologize. Now, while I appreciate the apology and I like that it's pretty much been squashed, hopefully, I will say to my Canadians, you have to stop booing the American anthem, because Americans are going to do what Pat is doing and think that you're booing them. To boo somebody's American anthem, you're booing the people. And like we played for you earlier, this has nothing to do with the American people. It's not like the American people voted on this. They voted for Donald Trump. They didn't vote for 25% tariffs on Canada. I just really hope that this doesn't turn into a country issue. Leave it with the governments. So Canadians, stop booing. And the U.S., I haven't seen the U.S. really booing the Canadian anthem too much. I don't think I have seen that. But if you do, or if you're planning to, don't start, because it's not a good idea. Look what happened to Pat McAfee. So let me know what you guys think about Pat in the comment section below. Our third quick story. Donald Trump just paused all aid to Ukraine effective immediately. All right, y'all know what he stopped, them things. Donald Trump has suspended all aid to Ukraine after his meeting with President Zelensky. Do you remember last week when I told you guys, I have a little video, but it's not even Donald Trump. We don't have to play it. Because I'm sure most of you have heard about this by now. Do you guys remember last week when I told you, actually it was Monday because it happened late Friday. So it was Monday. I told you guys, go back and look at that video. I said, that meeting in the Oval Office it seemed to me very performative. It seemed staged. Why was JD Vance there? Why was he the one antagonizing? And why did it blow up like that? Like I said, world leaders, I know for a fact, have those kind of discussions behind closed doors. Why did they do that in front of the cameras? Exhibit A. Oh, because of what happened, we're pulling all aid. And who is this now going to benefit? This was all a setup. I think, my opinion, Trump has wanted to do this, but he needed to have a spectacle happen to be able to give a reason for this, because he wants to help you know who. That's just my opinion. For those who are first-time watchers or new watchers, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not purple. I'm independent. But I also have eyes, and I also can see when something and when somebody is being performative. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. I'm going to let you finish, but Doechii has one of the best BBLs of all times. All right, that headline is a joke from Kanye West. Remember when he was up with Taylor Swift? He said, Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had the greatest video of all times. All right, well, this site is using this for Doechii. Okay, I am shocked by this. Shocked. The site says we don't normally care about stuff like BBLs, but Doechii might have the best one ever of all times. Now, you guys know how much of a fan I am of Doechii. And I'm a fan, and I've said this, I'm a fan of her style. I'm a fan of her lyrics. I'm a fan of her whole movement. And I'm a fan of how she looks. Just put it that way. Yo, not that this changes anything, but it's just shocking to, like, she comes across so authentic and so just not about that. I'm shocked. I am in shock. For those of you who don't know Doechii, she's like, you know, she's not like gimmicky. She's very like authentically hip hop. And the thing that I like about her is that she's authentically hip hop and doesn't use the gimmicks to sell her music, but she still walks on the line, right? It's not like she doesn't wear anything that is, I wouldn't say risque, but she wears things that is complimenting, but it's not literally just like everything is out. You know what I'm saying? Except for maybe the bottom half, because just not all the time she's wearing pants. Right? But anyways, you would have to see it to try to see what I'm explaining. Like, no one's actually ever done this. Like, I am just shocked. And now to find out that she has a BBL? Like, I knew she walked the line, but Doechii, I don't know how to feel about this, man. Here's the video, because I didn't believe it, but here's the video. She even says it herself. And listen to how shocked the podcasters are when they found out too. Take a listen.
I love that. Your body is too fat.
I got so many compliments.
This is homegrown. Let's talk about it, Ray. That is homegrown.
No, it's...
Oh. Oh, my God. You could have fooled me.
I know.
What? For real?
Yeah.
When?
I think like 4 months.
What?
Thank you.
Damn, girl. Girl, it looks up, because when I first saw it, I was like, this came out of nowhere. I was like, okay. I said, oh, she's got it in. She doesn't that around. Because everything just matches.
Thank you.
Like I said, I have no problems with it. I am just shocked because she comes across as so organic and authentic. I wouldn't think that she would care about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like finding out Kendrick Lamar did something that was not like overly black cultured. I don't know if that's a great analogy, because you know, like Kendrick Lamar is like, I'm not like Drake, I'm not a culture vulture, I'm this, I'm Mr. Black, I'm everything for the culture, and then you find out like he does something that's like out of the culture. I don't know if that's a great analogy, but anyways, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining this. You'd have to know Doechii, and that's why these podcasters were so shocked. It doesn't change anything. I still love her, but I don't know, I don't know how I feel. You guys let me know how you feel about it. Our fifth quick story. Mike Epps confirms last Friday the film is officially being made. Yes, let's get it. All right, it looks like the final film in the Friday franchise is officially in the works. Mike Epps confirms that he'll be part of the last Friday film, which is also set to feature new comedians. All right, I'm excited about this. Actually, hold on, I have a little clip. Take a listen.
Has Cube approached you about last Friday yet?
He called me the other day.
Wow.
Said we just finished the deal.
Oh.
Wow.
So we doing the last Friday, man.
All right, I'm excited, but it's with an asterisk, because if Chris Tucker is not in there, I don't want to see it. Like, yo, Chris has to be in there. And from what I have heard, that's what's been holding this whole thing up this whole time. And also the distribution, can't remember who they were. Is it Lionsgate? Anyways, there's two things holding it up. And Chris was just going through his whole spiritual journey and doing his own thing. If they don't get Chris back, I don't want to see it. Let me know what you guys think about last Friday. And I don't like that it's last Friday. Don't already give me a last. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be, but I don't know, man. I don't like when it's like, this has to be the final one. You never know. Y'all are still young-ish, you know what I'm saying? Give us 2-3 more, you never know. Tom Cruise is still making Mission Impossibles, and Tom Cruise is like 80 years old. Let us have our own little thing and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, shout out to Ice Cube and Mike Epps. Get Chris Tucker. Our sixth quick story. Doja Cat addresses her Oscar performance. She says, a B-word hit some flats. All right, people are still talking about the Oscars, and one of the things people are still talking about is Doja Cat's performance. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't expect a Whitney Houston, Celine Dion performance from Doja Cat. I mean, it's Doja Cat. Queen Latifah was there singing, doing the Quincy Jones tribute. You didn't expect any crazy vocals from her, so I don't understand why people are so disappointed. Anyways, Doja Cat is setting the record straight after her Oscar performance left fans talking. During the melody of Bond songs with Lisa and Ray, she delivered a rendition of Diamonds Are Forever that sparked both praise and critiques. Now Doja Cat is opening up about how she really felt around the performance. On Instagram, she posted about her nerves, admitting, I never get to sing like that. And what I did was brave, but it also scared the out of me. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people also did. And I feel good that I pushed myself. The song is a classic and I put a lot of work into it, but the nerves got to me and a B word hit some flats. Poor girl. Despite the hiccups, Doja expressed her gratitude for the opportunity, calling it a blessing. What do you think about her performance? I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun. I thought it was unique. I thought it was different. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. And I don't think the Oscars are really about that. Like, yeah, Wicked was very heavily, a very heavily vocal performance, but we expect that from them. I don't know. I know what to expect from the performers. I think it's not a problem with Doja Cat. I think it's really a problem with people hearing non-vocalists perform ballads. I think that's what people have a problem with, and I don't. As long as you're giving me a mood and you're giving me a vibe, I'm cool with it. So I guess I understand both sides. Shocker. Trent understanding both sides of the argument. That's what I do every day, people. All right, this brings us to my favorite segment of the day, question of the day. All right, XAVI said, you do awesome intros to not have an interactive audience. If offered, would you accept a television spot? Just a thought. Excuse me, XAVI, are you like a TV producer or something? Are you trying to ask me something? Are you trying to give me an offer? Well, if this is an official offer, yes, I will accept right away. Of course, I would accept the TV offer, and I would love to be in front of an audience. That would be so much fun. Yeah. Hello. Yes. I mean, I love YouTube, and I know I like to talk about like that. You know, the future is on YouTube, but I think maybe something that was on YouTube but with an audience, that'd be dope too. Yeah, but TV, yes, with an interactive audience, and also simultaneously on YouTube. Boom. Best of both worlds. All right. G.I. Morris. I think I looked this name up and I was like, it's not a full name. So it's G.I. Morris. I'm also nervous about pronouncing people's names wrong. Like I have a little site that I go to. Anyways, G.I. Morris. First, I listen to your podcast every morning on my first half of work and I love your show. Second, this Jay and Diddy scandal is so draining. Lock them both up and let's be done. P.S. Please wear your hair out more. Well, G.I. Morris, I wore my hair out for you today. I was really just going to put on my cap real quick. I was like, yo, G.I. Morris, let's put my hair down. The Diddy and Jay stuff is draining. I get it. I get people that have some, what do they call it? Not exhaustion, but anyways, can't remember the word. Fatigue. Diddy fatigue and Jay-Z fatigue. I get it. But you also have to understand the pillar that these two men are. It's not just a normal run-of-the-mill guy, right? You're talking about one of the greatest, hip-hop music moguls of all times in Jay-Z. And then Diddy, I don't think that he's reached those heights musically, but he's definitely reached those heights in the music business, not himself as an artist, but as a music business. And then what he did in entertainment and all those other things. Like, talking about 2 billionaires within our culture that came up from nothing, you know? So it is a big deal. But I do get it. There's a lot of things that happened with Diddy that I don't report. Just last week, there was Sarah from Making the Band. She filed the lawsuit. I didn't report it. But this was happening with Jay and Jane Doe. This is important information that we need to know. All right. Grown and classy. All right, this one I didn't have to look up. Grown and classy. Trent, thank you for being so informative. Love how you look up the information on a lady who was acquitted of unaliving her daughter. The information you Googled and explained showed a clear picture of her intention. I remember how non-caring she was that her daughter was found unalive. She was cold and non-caring then, and she seems to be just as cold now. Thanks for the info. I hope people don't fall for her scam. The big trial of the century is about to begin. I predict this will be the most watched trial in history. Boo, Kim is tasteless. That was funny. All right, thanks, Grown and Classy. Couple of things. Thank you so much for highlighting the work that I do. I don't just sit here and talk. We do a lot of research before we come and start recording. So thank you for calling that out. Yeah, I totally agree that she was totally wrong. What else? And the biggest trial, I think you mean the Jay-Z and Diddy trial. Well, sorry, not Jay-Z because he's not going to trial, but I think you mean Diddy. And to G.I. Morris, that's what I mean. This is probably going to be the biggest trial in history. I don't know if it'll be bigger than OJ. I mean, the whole world was invested, but it will be huge. And he's saying, Grown and Classy is saying, boo to Kim is tasteless. Is yesterday I said how great she looked. But I saw a lot of you guys in the comment section didn't agree with me. You didn't think that she looked all that great. But I think it's more like that there's more Kim hate out there and you're not looking at it objectively. Because I feel like a lot of, especially my listeners, don't really love Kim. And I'm not the biggest fan either. I have nothing against her, but I just felt like she looked good. And I thought it was just bold, the fact that she went out with that look where it was, I know she had on, I saw some people in the comment like, she had on makeup. I know she put on makeup to look like she doesn't have on makeup. I get it, but it's still a thought to look like you don't have makeup on. It's called NUDE. Trust me, I understand. Okay. I was in the modeling industry for 10 years, but I just thought it was nice that went along with her dress. I thought it was different. I applauded her for being different. I think she looked good. Anyways. Kim said, good evening here from Arizona. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Peace, love, and happiness always. Thank you, Kim. I love when people put in the comment section where they are from. If you guys could do that more often, whatever it is your comment, whether you like what I say, don't like, disagree, just put, I disagree with you from London or from Italy. Like yesterday, we had somebody from Italy. We had somebody from, the other day I was talking about somewhere, can't remember. Oh yes, it was Philly. I was talking about something about Philly. I can't remember what the story was. And they're like, by the way, this, and I'm from Philly. And then people started saying Philly. And then yesterday we had somebody from Buffalo. So just, just put where you're from. It just, I like it. And I feel it just lets everybody know, like, that we're all one world. We're all watching one show and talking about a couple of issues, but we can all join together on this issue. So it just makes it feel more global. That's the word I'm looking for. Global. So I think that's nice. I think it's nice that we can all come together from around the world. All right. Val says, Trent, listen to me. Defamation. There is no R in this word. Val, I wonder, are you from Quebec? Because Val Leroy, are you from Quebec? Which I do not have a lot of Canadian Montreal viewers. So I wonder if you are. And just also too, when you said there is no R in this word, that sounds very French. Anyways, you are right. Here I am correcting your grammar and you're correcting my grammar. It is defamation, 100%. But because of my dyslexia, I memorize words and don't read words. I read off of memorization instead of reading words. And why in my head it's deformation, I have no idea why I say deformation, but I 100% know that I do say that. At the time, obviously, when I'm reading, I don't. But yeah, shout out to you. I'll try to do better, Val. I'll try to do better. Defamation. And I'm wondering, when I talked about Jay-Z's case today, did I say deformation or defamation? I don't think that word was in there. Gosh, hopefully not. Val's going to call me out again. All right. Who is this? Limes? Oh, I didn't Google this one. Sorry. Lames. I think Lames. The amount of subscribers TOL has does not match up to the absolute class quality podcast we get daily. He deserves so much more. Even though he hypes us up for the weekends, I wake up feeling confused how to start my mornings without the podcast over the weekends. Well, Lamies, thank you so much. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Lamies, thank you so much for that. That was really good. Somebody send an email to YouTube, man, to be like, yo, we need to put the TOL podcast on like the homepage. We need to get it out there. TOL needs more subscribers. Yo, shout out to Lamies, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, and about the weekend. Sometimes I feel like, yo, I'm not doing much this weekend. I can get a podcast out, but I do need a break. I do need to unplug from every story that's coming across timelines. And like I said, I got to look it up, research it, know what I'm talking about, get the clips and do all that stuff. So I definitely need a break. But I also feel like you guys need a break too. You need time to like get away, you know? But if something ever does happen that's big over the weekend, I have been known to do like impromptu, weekend shows on like big stories. But I don't know. Maybe something like, something like a quick something. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about it. All right. If anybody has any ideas, well, first let me know if you would like some weekend shows. Maybe I am right and you guys want a break. And if I do have weekend shows, what can we do that's different? I don't want it to be the exact same format. I'd want something to be a little bit different. Let me guys know in the comment section below, and maybe we'll look into it. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Omarion shares his thoughts on monogamy. He says it's only a few good men, and he also details his 3-year celibacy journey. I don't like this. There's only a few good men. So ladies, you should just accept this non-monogamy. Anyways, that's why it's in social discussion. Omarion is breaking down his views on having multiple partners and his previous celibacy journey. All right. We're not going to focus on the celibacy. We've covered that before. I think he went 3 years, but I don't know how you go from 3-year celibacy to now jumping into non-traditional. What does he call it? Anyways, let's go to the video. I think it's traditional non-monogamy. I don't know why he's just not calling it poly, but anyways, listen to the video.
I think that's a good idea, ethical non-monogamy.
Well, I will say I'm in agreement. It's only a few good men.
Right.
You know, and whether or not it's a physical thing, you know, we end up fostering the next generation as well. So why not have our queens align with that? That it takes a village. It's not going to just be one man. You know, you could get married. That man still ain't going to be just your man.
Ethical non-monogamy. That's the word I was forgetting. Ethical non-monogamy. All right. So this has been turning into a little bit of a trend lately. You guys know that we've covered Neo and his 3 girlfriends. Sorry, he has 4 girlfriends now. And I have said that I feel like Neo is just trying to use words because once you have 3 girlfriends, you're just open and you're just a celebrity that has a bunch of girls. Omarion is taking it a step further. He doesn't say what he's doing in his life and talking about his partners, but he's alluding to the fact that there are only a few good men and basically saying that it's better for women to just gather around together. It takes a village and just gather around that one man instead of going out and being with a man that's not good for you. So ladies, I present the question to you because this I cannot answer, but would you rather be with, I guess, alone by yourself, or would you rather have a man that's not a great man, who's maybe not faithful to you, who's maybe not helping empower you, who's maybe not just, not awful, but not great, or to have a good man, but you have to share him with 2 other girls, but you guys are still in a committed relationship that's poly or whatever this one was. Ladies, what do you think? I'll try to put my 2 cents in this. I feel as if, one, I disagree the fact that there's only a few good men. That just doesn't even make sense. With people like Anthony Edwards and Elon Musk out there, I understand why some ladies might feel that way, but I feel like there are more than just a few good men, okay? But I also feel like it is extremely, extremely difficult to have a successful polyamorous relationship where, and this is where I drag Neo, where it's not, oh, we're having fun. It's, we are in a relationship just like how you are in a marriage, but you just have 3 people and all people are committed and it's a real relationship, like a real relationship. Kind of like Nick Cannon, although I haven't heard Nick Cannon use the polyamorous relationship, but if you watch closely, you don't hear anybody talking bad about each other in Nick and his group, whatever you want to call them. It's very, very, very hard to pull off. And I think the men that want that don't understand what they're getting themselves into, and vice versa. I think women are settling, and I don't think the ones that are doing that really, really actually want that. I think there might be a select few that's like, man, I like that I get to be in a relationship and maybe have some time off, some time to myself where he could be with somebody else. A very, very small select few. But just my opinion, I feel like the majority of people are doing it all for the wrong reasons and they're not really in touch with themselves, and it's never going to work out. Like those 3 girls that are with Neo, or 4 girls that are in Neo, I want to see where they're going to be in 15 years. Because a real polyamorous relationship, they would still be together. You know what I'm saying? And back in like Africa times, or like Africa men and Zulu tribes and stuff, and they had wives, the wives were there for 30 or 40 years. Like they didn't get divorced. It wasn't playtime. So anyways, I turn it to you, women out there, and guys weigh in. But women, I really want to know from you what you feel about, how you feel about this and this trend that's happening. And would you rather share a man, or would you rather have a man that's not all that great, but he's all yours, or be alone? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. This is a pretty easy one. Who got the best food in the world? I say Jamaica. This is from Shensia. She tweeted this out, so I just took this for my question of the day today. Yeah, obviously there's no answer. It's Jamaica. It's Jamaican food, like done. All right, let's see what the answers are here. All right, the first person said Thailand, New Orleans, Tokyo, Paris. Nobody makes steaks like the French, and I would say Jamaican as well. The best, not top 5. We want the best. So it says Dominican, Caribbean, and African culture, all throughout their cuisine. What? Dominican, Caribbean, and African culture all throughout their cuisine. Okay, whatever. United States, not even close. Here we go. Nigeria. It's a good answer. I don't know if it's funny. I never had Nigerian food. Never. I haven't had, listen, I used to live in South Africa, but it was only for a year. Shout out to my South Africans. I've had African food, but not specific to Nigeria. I haven't had Nigeria or food from Ghana either. Do you call that Ghanaian? They're going to drag me for that. Anyways, somebody says America, sit this one out. What is American food? Hamburgers and French fries? McDonald's? That's what Donald Trump says. All right. Haiti. A lot of people said Haiti in here. Haiti again. And I mean, listen, I'm from Quebec. There's mad Haitians here. And I haven't had that many Haitians plates to say they have great food. So I don't know, but a lot of people have told me how great Haitian food is. Okay. Haitian, Dominican. Somebody said, okay, no, won't say that. My gosh, there's so much Haitian here. It's only Haitian and Nigeria. What is going on? I don't even see like Italian here or something. I guess maybe because Shensia asked it. Somebody says Black American soul food, which is very good. Okay, here's Mexican. Do you know that I don't not like Mexican. I'll eat it, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, we have to go have Mexican. Like, and I love tortillas. I'm not a big taco guy, which a soft taco. Is there a difference between a taco and a soft taco? I like the soft tacos. Fajitas, that's the word I'm looking for. I like fajitas. But yeah, and I'm not like, I'll have a burrito, but I'm not like crazy. But I still like it, but it's not, we have to go. Again, somebody said Mexican food, stop playing. I definitely want to go to New Orleans. It's Mardi Gras right now. I should be there. I'm definitely going to Mardi Gras at one point. So here we go. Something new. Peruvian food. I've ever had Peruvian food. Trinidad. I've had some Trinidadian plates. They have doubles. Jamaica, obviously. Jamaica. Here we go. Oh, here's Italian. It's like there's no other food around here, though. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't see French. French has some decent food. You know what I'm surprised I didn't see? Ethiopian food. Yo, if you ever have a chance to have Ethiopian food, it's not better than Jamaican food, but yo, Ethiopian food is really good. All right, we didn't have a lot of versatility in there. Let me know in the comment section below what country has the best food or what's your favorite food. And by the way, no shade to Mexicans. Don't come at me in the comment section. I love Mexican food. I'm just saying it's not my best. It's like 3. You know what I'm saying? Soft tacos, fajitas, yum, yum, yum. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to sports news. Kyrie Irving out for the season. Yo, poor Dallas, man. First they lose Luka. Then Anthony Edwards gets there. He gets injured in the first game or the second game he's there. And then now Kyrie is out for the season. Oh, I feel bad, man. Breaking news, Kyrie Irving suffered a torn ACL in his left knee and will be out for the rest of the 24-25 NBA season. Get well soon, Kyrie. The NBA is doing so good right now. I know ratings are down, but I predict that this playoff run and this championship run is going to be amazing. Lakers are in 3rd place or 2nd place in the West. I would have loved to have seen what Dallas could have done. They for sure could not have won the chip, that's for sure, but I feel like they could have made a run. I would have loved to have seen what Anthony Edwards and Kyrie would have been able to do, but unfortunately we'll have to wait till next year. But don't forget, next year, Kevin Durant is getting traded out of Phoenix. They said that did I tell you guys that yesterday? I think I saw it, but maybe didn't tell you guys because we told you guys the story about Tank instead. But yeah, Kevin Durant is asking for a trade and Phoenix said just stay this year and then he'll be traded out. Is he going to go over to the East? Is he going to stay in the West? Like, what is happening? The NBA is literally like a soap opera and I'm loving it. Just to make a point from early out so nobody can say I'm bandwagoning, if you guys want to go back, Warriors in the finals. I don't care who it's against. I don't care if it's Boston. I don't care who it's against. Who else is in the East that will do some damage? Is OKC East or West? OKC is West, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, Warriors, man. My guy, Jimmy Buckets and Draymond and Steph Curry. We're going, man. And the Western Conference Finals looks like it's shaping up to be Lakers and might be Lakers and Dallas. I hope that Warriors could do something. But anyways, I'm talking a lot. Sorry. Y'all know how I get excited on Wednesdays because the weekend's coming up. But anyways, that's my team. Shout out to Kyrie, man. I feel bad for you, but we get him next year, champ. All right, you guys, that brings it to an end, to a close for this Wednesday hump day. I said I wasn't going to drag any words other than Friday, but I've been doing it a lot. It's Monday, but I still only reserve the real big excitement for Friday. Just like that comment said, I get you hype for Fridays. If any episode, I was going to say any episode you miss, you should never miss Friday, but just never miss any episodes, all right? Make sure you tune in, okay? All right, let me just get off this mic. All right, before I let you guys go, I'm going to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For those of you who are watching on YouTube and you have to be in your car or you're going on a flight or you're going somewhere where you cannot have access to internet, don't worry, we got you. The Trent Out Loud podcast is available on all podcast platforms, so you can download it and take it with you on the go and listen to it anywhere. Just go to your desired site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. I got you. Now, vice versa, for those people who listen to this show on podcast platforms, thank you. However, I really suggest that you come over to YouTube and watch the show over here. If you like the show and enjoy it with audio, wait till you see me live and direct on your screen. It's a movie. And like one of the comments said, you could see my hair. I got some curls popping. Sometimes I'll wear my hat, but you know, it's fun over here. We play videos, we show you pictures, and my most important reason for watching on YouTube is our comment section. Our comment section is lit. We have a beautiful community, a global community, and everyone is going to start saying what country they're from or what state or where they're watching the show from, just to show how global we are. So for those of you who are used to watching on podcast platforms, please try to come over to YouTube, all right? Just pull up YouTube and type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Do not forget to hit a couple of things. 1, the like button. That is a must. 2, the subscribe button. That is a must. And 3, a must. You must comment. Whether you like something, you didn't like it, I don't care. Disagree with me. Say you don't like my hair. Say, wow, I prefer watching this on podcast platforms. You gotta comment. Please comment. And lastly, this is not a must. This is only if you would like to. But I would love you to, is try to share the show. If there's something in the episode you want somebody else to see, or you just want to share our community, I would appreciate it because it does really help in growing the channel. And just like, was it Lames that says, we need more subscribers over here, okay? 115 is not enough for the podcast that we've been putting out every day, all right? Thank you guys all for the comments. For those of you who want to follow me on any social platform, it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. Check me out. I'll see you for Thursday's show. You guys have a great day. Happy Hump Day. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.